Hey, we're here, baby.
All right. Took a little while.
It did, but we're back. We're here. We have our health. We've got our good looks.
There we go.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. This is, let's see, week 7 of Boating Tips Live. Man, glad we're still here, huh, Keith?
Yep.
And I want to thank you guys for joining us once again. Back to our normal broadcasting. I'm Captain Nick Pavlakis with MarineMax in St. Petersburg. Of course, the other host.
Good afternoon, everybody.
We'll give him one anyways. Captain Keith Lake, baby.
Coming to you live from Clearwater, Florida. Just right
As always, follow us on Facebook right here at MarineMax Leisure, Instagram and YouTube at MarineMax Online, and of course Twitter at MarineMax. If anybody tweets anymore, I don't know, unless you're a celebrity, but we're there too, so we've got all the bases covered.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us as always. Today it's gonna be a little bit lighter. We're gonna kind of flow a little bit. Got a couple things to talk about. Topic for today: keeping a tidy ship. So with that being said, if your grandmother or grandfather passed down any secrets through the family on some cleaning products, drop them down below. Share the knowledge, share the wealth, and let's keep some boats clean. So, Keith, man, how was your week? How was?
The week's been great. Weekend was a little wet. We had Cristobal, as you know, come up the Gulf. Quite a few rain bands and stuff, but we had a couple boat deliveries on Saturday. Actually, we're fortunate enough here to have the big showroom, so we just did some land-based walkthroughs and stuff on the boats, and then rain kind of cleared up. Rained a little bit this morning, and then it's good now, just blowing a little bit.
I can imagine your traffic at that store must actually pick up, on those rainy days, because, I mean, you guys have, correct me if I'm wrong, the biggest indoor boat showroom in the country.
Yep, it's 30-something thousand square foot of air-conditioned showroom, so it does. We'll see a spike. I mean, torrential rains, maybe not, keep people stay home, but just, but a windy day, for sure. If it's too windy, people get out on the boat, out on the water, we definitely see an uptick in here, Well, you do too down at your store.
Yeah, but I mean, we got to get the umbrellas and stuff like that. It slows down a little bit. I still squeaked in a little sea trial there between all the madness on a 350 Realm Boston whaler this weekend, and Sunday was actually nice. I mean, we were slammed on Sunday. I mean, everybody was out and about. I mean, minus the the rainstorms here and there, but we were all right.
Good deal.
Any deliveries? Anything cool?
Coming up, man. I mean, we're jammed. I mean, it sounds cliche or whatever. Those of you guys that are working with your sales guys and stuff like that, I mean, if they say something comes available, Nick can tell you better than me, but, don't hesitate. Don't think about it. Put a deposit on it and go from there. I mean, right now, boats are just selling like hotcakes. I haven't seen anything like it 18 and a half years. I mean, it's incredible. Right now, I mean, the next 3 weeks I'm booked every day with 2 to 3 deliveries a day, basically, or some of the bigger stuff. Of course, I'll be with people all day long. Yeah, but it's amazing.
Well, it's like, I mean, how many times? I mean, just like you said, it's being cliche, where you've got the guy in the car lot saying, "This is the last one of these available in the state, and if you don't act today, then you're going to lose it." And if it's like, okay,
it's for real.
New boats, and the thing is. The good news is there's a lot of boats coming in. Production's ramping back up, especially Sea Ray and Boston Whaler. You're seeing a lot of those boats come in. So the production, you're starting to see a lot of inventory that's incoming. A lot of those are pre-sold. They're like you're talking about leaving deposits and stuff. I mean, not to sound salesy, but the majority of these boats are sold before they get here. You unwrap them and stuff. They come in, fresh boat from the factory. There's a lot of opportunities there. It's just like you're talking about. You got to be a little quicker to act than usual. So it's just, you're working with the times. We're still here. We're not going anywhere. And I think that if anything through this crisis or pandemic, I should call it, is people are always going to be boating no matter what. And I think that's one of the things that Bill McGill always talked about was no matter what's going on, everybody's going to want to get out with their families on the water because at the end of the day, that's what's most important.
Yep. The passion for boating and spending time with your family, like you said, out on the water, you can quarantine that way if you feel like that's what you need to do.
I'll take it. So, I mean, obviously something going on right now that we've never seen before. crazy. It's good and it's bad. Keith, you've been with MarineMax for 18 years.
Yep.
So one of the things that I'm gonna pick your brain about here before we get going is how have you seen things change in those 18 years? I mean, nowadays it's like, okay, all of these Sea Rays, these 19, these 21, 23 SPXs with outboards, these Aquilas, these Galleons and stuff like that. Everything, it's like what's hot now, what's moving, what's the market doing right now. Track back 18 years. You're at MarineMax Clearwater. You're at the mothership. What did it look like? What boats were you delivering? You know, what did your Friday and Saturday look like when everybody was buying these boats, and how did that change really?
Well, not only just here for the 18, but prior to that, you know, dock masters at various marinas, you know, around here in Pinellas County, and just, you know, fishing and diving. And I mean, been in this business for a long time, but it's the outboard market now, man. It's the outboards. You know, years ago, you know, it was all stern drives, IOs, and that. And I get it. I mean, there's a place for it. We sold one today. I actually delivered it today. He's going to bought a 19 SPX with the new Merc Cruiser, the new 250 in there. And, but he's going to be up on the chain of lakes. He's up on, you know, taking it up into the center of the state and going to be boating around up there, mostly fresh water and stuff. But, just the maintenance aspect of it, you know, what Mercury's done with the outboards and being able to flush them out, and then how quiet they are and the power they're getting out of them. It's the biggest thing has just been the move from the IOs, the stern drives, to the outboards. And then of course, when the joystick, which we talked about that, you know, last week with Tad from Mercury, that anybody, when you guys watching, if you missed last week's episode, you can go back and check it out. I mean, it was you can learn a lot from Tad there from Mercury. But you know, the joystick, the Axios, the Zeus platforms, and all that stuff, just with the ease of docking, and then the autopilot integration into that. And then, you know, the electronics. I mean, I can go back, you can think back with Pathfinder, which is Raytheon before it became Ray Marine, and now FLIR owns Ray Marine. But just, I mean, the radar capabilities and the precision stuff with that is phenomenal. I highly recommend radar. If you got a big enough boat, if you're going to be out boating in any weather, or you're boating at night, get radar, practice with your radar in nice, bright, sunny day conditions. So when you do need to rely on it, it's, you know, it's now you're not going to be fumbling through it.
What's up, Arthur?
So how about you? As far as things that you've seen new and changed just since you've been here in the last few years.
Well, let's see. Back when I was first starting as a dockhand, obviously that was 2017. That was when Sea Ray still had their yacht production open. So I remember seeing the 400 dancers and stuff like that, all that crazy stuff. And then it's like, okay, when Sea Ray shut down their yacht production, you saw such an influx of these SPXs. You saw such an influx of all these outboard boats, all these small little Sea Rays. And then where those Sea Rays used to do, I mean, with MarineMax taking on a brand like Galleon and stuff like that, you know, you kind of saw that shoot in there. And then it's like, okay, you've got the power catamarans coming in with Aquila, and that's another thing also. So keep an eye out on power catamarans. I mean, I think that in 10 years, 15 years, you're gonna see a lot more cats. I mean, you look at the rest of the world, you look at South Africa, you look at Australia, you look at New Zealand, you're seeing a lot of multi-hull boats, and that's one of the things that I'd say that we've seen more and more of. Granted, you're always gonna have your monohulls, and of course, you know, you talk about the stability on the catamarans and stuff like that. Of course, you've got Seakeeper Cayman, right?
Yep.
You know, you've got all the Boston, all the 420 outrages. You know, it's pretty rare to see one without a gyro now. I mean, that's a game changer. And you see the videos and stuff, and it's cool. Everybody's rocking them at the boat shows, and ooh, look at it, we're not moving. It's as cool. It's as cool as the videos, man. I remember I took a 420 outrage out with a couple coworkers, and we cranked that thing up, and it's what it looks like in the videos.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Gyro stabilization, we're going to see more and more of it. We are, and especially, I mean, they are making it. I mean, it is a pretty pricey option, but. You know,
but you are right, though, talking to me with the cats, with the Aquilas. I mean, running around the west coast of Florida right now, I mean, the number of them that you see, it's phenomenal. And you know, gosh, man, if anybody's got a chance, go down to MarineMax St. Pete. They're basing there. I mean, how many Aquilas do you think you have there? Customer owned boats that we're rigging and all that stuff there. I mean, it's how many? Just a guess.
So on